Hi guys, Donna Coker here with Donna Coker's Cherry Bloom Handmade Soaps, and today we are going to make Jolly Nog. So I'm going to go ahead and get my lye blended with my oils, and we'll be right back to separate into some colors. Okay, we're back and we're ready to do some colors. Let me take these off while I'm pouring this. Okay. We are going to use Envy Green, Maniacal Green, a somewhat red color, and some white. So that's titanium dioxide there. We are going to use green as our base color. So I'm going to give it just a little bit more in the green. And some accent colors. And then some for our white. We are using Eggnog Fragrance Oil from Aztec, and it smells heavenly. So I think that will be really, really nice. And it was a new scent. And so we're going to see how it does in cold process because we don't really know at this point. And we're not doing any piping on this soap, so it's a smaller recipe. And I'm going to use not much fragrance oil in the white because I don't really know about the discoloration. I read the reviews, yes I did, but I did not look at the vanillin content, so not real 100% certain with that. And I know I'm going to have to blend these a little bit with a stick blender, but I just wanted to get them mixed up a little bit before that. And then we're going to add our fragrance oil. Well, you know, I might stick blend them first because I just don't know about this fragrance oil yet. And I don't want to stick blend it too much where I can't work with it at all. So I'm going to put you guys on a little pause while I'm running the stick blender, and I'll bring you right back. Okay guys, so we are about to add our fragrance oil and see how that goes. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit in my lighter color here and just divide the rest of it up among the remaining. See if we can get that mixed in really well without using the blender. I actually may use the blender on the base color just to thicken it up a little bit so it will stay, I mean it'll It'll set up a little faster. I don't see a lot of discoloration with this fragrance oil. And it certainly doesn't feel like it's hurting our trace at all. It's still quite loose, as a matter of fact. So that's a good thing. Very nice. It did not discolor the white much at all. I mean, just very, very slightly. So I think we have to say that is a pretty good fragrance oil. So let's just get our red mixed up here. This smells divine. Nothing like celebrating Christmas in September. But with soapers, you kind of have to. So, I am going to go ahead and hit this base color just a little bit, just to get us a little thicker. Hopefully this is not too loud. See how we do with this. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pour the bottom. My grandmother calls this, my mother-in-law calls this poop green. She said it wasn't really a very pleasant color. It dries a lot prettier than it looks, and I'm just going to save a tiny bit of that to help with the top since we're not doing piping. Probably going to do a very light mica line on this just to help separate it before we pour our remaining colors on. And then we'll bring you back when this is set up enough to complete our colors, and we'll get the rest of this soap done. All right, see you in just a second. All right, guys, we're back and we are set up pretty good here. I'm going to attempt to do an in the pot swirl. I don't know how well that's going to work because my red has set up pretty good, and I don't want it to get clumpy when it's pouring, but that's just one of those things. So hopefully we'll do okay with it. I'm just going to go ahead and get the red in there and just save a tiny amount for the top. Our maniacal green, and again, that's from Mad Micas. And so is the Envy green. And I love both of those. Alright, so we got all of our colors in our white now. So I'm just going to take my chopstick and I'm going to put it right in the middle, and then I'm just going to do a little swirl pattern. Not a whole lot, but I want to have some of the colors dispersed throughout the white. And then when I pour it, hopefully I won't have a big clump of white right at the end. So we're going to see how that goes. Alright. So this is set up, but I'm not real sure. So I'm going to go ahead and break the fall to begin with one of my spatulas just to make sure. for that first little layer there that we don't break through. And it's swirling beautifully, so we did okay with that. So let's go ahead and just continue to pour this. Alrighty, let's get the old spatula going here. And again, when I hold anything on my left hand, it's just, whew, tough. I have a nephew that's ambidextrous, so he can use either hand, and I'm just like, oh wow, because my left hand is pretty useless when I have to use it for anything, so. Yeah, I think it was like 94 here yesterday, and we were, of course, making Christmas soap, so there you go. Thank goodness it's not 94 indoors. All right, we got that done. Let me wipe up my mess here because I'm a little messy. So my mother-in-law brought this tablecloth thing over and said, try this because you are a little messy. And she's right, I am a little messy. So we're gonna pat this down a little bit just to even it out. Get that evened out, and that does look pretty even. And then we're gonna go ahead and just scrape the rest of our, or rather drizzle maybe, I would say. The rest of everything on top. I mean, that's not a bright red, but I kind of like the muted red. It looks, I think it looks really good. And that was just a concoction of my own. I did use spicy tomato from Mad Micah's and a neon bubblegum and one other color that I can't recall right off the top of my head. But it's kind of muted, but that's fine. We're good with that. All right. This green has really gotten thick. We didn't leave a lot of it, so, and it's on the bottom anyway, so that's fine. It's not that I want to get all the soap in the mold, it's I don't want to clean all of the soap out of the container later. So that's why I tend to do that, or be a little too OCD about the soap. Because it is no fun to clean soap containers. However, if you scrape them pretty good, then just wipe them out first, and then use a little alcohol just to cut all of that grease. They're ready to wash with no problem, and I actually did a little video about that. Sorry, I'm being so anal about this. Trying to get better, I promise. I promise. Maybe I do. Alright, I just want to flatten that out just a little bit. Alright, then I'm just going to take our popsicle stick again. Let's see if we've set up enough to do anything. Not quite, but we'll go ahead and do a little bit and see if it'll hold it. Did get a little white around the edges there, and I wanted to incorporate that in with the remainder of the red and the green. So I'm going to do some big swirls just to do that. There we go. Now she's working with me. Now I can go back and do some designs. Everybody seems to be in there pretty good now. If you watched any of my other videos, you know that I can sit and do these until the cows come home because, I mean, it's playing in soap. So who would not want to play in soap? Well, I guess if you don't make soap, you probably would not want to play in soap. But if you make soap, that's one of the fun parts, is playing in the soap and getting your designs in it. Let's leave some little peaks in the middle here. See how that looks. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, so let's go and take those out. See, I just can't ever decide what I like better, so we are just going to go with this. You know what? I think I'm going to let it set up just a second more so that the designs will be a little bit more defined, and then we'll give it another go, and then we're going to put some topping on it. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I worked with it a little bit, but I think I just mixed my colors in too much, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and do some red sugar sprinkles on top. My mother-in-law made this soap, but she didn't use the sugar sprinkles, so this one is a little different. But when you do handmade soaps, every soap is not the same. Every batch is not the same. So I'm also going to do a little bit of gold. I think she used red, green, and white on top of hers, or silver rather. And let's see. And I'm going to use a little bit of glitter. And this is Mad Micah's Nina Simone Sparkles. So, and I'm just going to do that with my fingers. Right, that looks good. And I'm covered in glitter. Okay, so here we are, and we will be back tomorrow after he sits on the heating pad for a couple of hours. He will go in a blanket and he will rest. We will put him down for 24 hours, and then we'll be back to cut him. So I hope you stay with us. See you then. Hey guys, so we're back to cut Jolly Nog, and it's late at night, so we're actually cutting in my office. And there's not great lighting in here, sorry about that, but we're going to go ahead and cut this soap here and see what we got. So it turned out pretty good. I'm going to put it straight down on the rolling rack to take to the curing rack. Smells really good. I don't know if you can see the sparkles. I know the lighting's not great in the office here. This is actually the second batch, and we'll compare it to the first batch where we did the red on the bottom as the base color. Got some really pretty swirls. Very, very nice. And it smells really good. The soap does not have any embeds or any piping on it, so it will be a better deal, or a cheaper rate, I should say, because you're not getting the extra soap in it. And it is a limited edition, of course. It's a holiday soap. And let me grab one of the ones that we cut yesterday. This is the Jolly Nog from yesterday, so we changed it up just a little. So, alright guys, that's all I have. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. Watch some other videos that we have, and we hope to see you back next time. Bye.